Blimey.
What you got there? Is that more gear?
Oh, not more gear.
Really? More gear? Show me.
Blimey.
I want one of those.
You're having a laugh. In one gear and at the other. Cycle of gas.
Hello. Welcome to Cycle of Gas. In one gear, out the other. So what's it all about then? Well, how long have you got? So continuing gas journey, I recently had the opportunity to try out a Gibson Firebird. It's a lovely guitar. You know what they say about the 60s? If you can remember the 60s, you weren't there. The 80s, if you can't remember the 80s, you weren't there. If you can't remember the 80s, you weren't there. Well, there I was in the 80s. Yeah, I was in Bethlehem in Pennsylvania, and we were supporting a bar band called the Blisters, who were as cool as fuck, actually. They were the friendliest bunch of guys. They took us under their wing. We were a bunch of kids, loony kids from London who'd gone over to America because someone met someone on holiday who said, oh, why don't you bring your band over? I'll get you some gigs. So we went, all right then. So we did. No promoters were harmed in the process until we got to Allentown, that is. But that's another story for another day. You know, if you're interested, I'll go into that. There we were in Bethlehem, and the Blisters, they're beautiful guitars, Strats, SGs, Les Pauls, and their singer, Scott Blister, he had a beautiful Firebird, had a playing it, but he got to the end of the one gig and it had split, and because it was a through neck, there was nothing they could do. It was just firewood, basically. So what can you do? What can you do? Which I guess is an issue with through necks. Fender came up with this. They're almost like these modular components where you can just interchangeable. You know, if your neck's a bit worn out, you put a new one on. You know, as it happens. That's right. I think it was one of my friends in America, Nick. Hi, Nick Hecker. He was saying about how he'd put a new body on his MIJ Jazzmaster, I think it was. Don't quote me on it. But he'd put a new body on an MIJ. And I kind of asked him, why have you put a new body on your MIJ? Surely it's not an MIJ anymore. And he said, a good reason. He just wanted, he likes a bit of nitro and that vintage feel. So he's making the best guitar out of what components he's got. And quite often people will stick a Fender neck on a non-Fender body. But it just put me in mind of Trigger's Broom, you know what I mean, on Only Fools and Horses. Oh, I've had this Telecaster for 25 years and it's only had 3 new necks and 4 new bodies. You know, at what point does it not be the same guitar anymore? I suppose if it's still the same strings from 19 whenever. Blah blah blah. So what am I gassing on about? Gibson Firebird. So there I was in Brighton, sunny Brighton, at Mud Pie Music, and they had this Firebird in the window, and it was a really, really good price. And before I knew it, it was in my hands, and I was sort of having a little play around with it. And as luck would have it, I'd set up a tripod with a camera. Now, bear in mind, this is just the camera audio, so there's a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean, you've got to, you know, when you hear the bloke drilling from across the road, okay, that's what I'm talking about now, okay? So don't go in the comments, oh, fucking hell, you could have used the mic. Don't worry about that. You'll get the gist. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we see people all the time. I mean, who was it? Who's the blues bloke? Oh, Joe Bonamassa. He puts a video up on social media and he's just got his camera turned on and it's crappy sound. And I don't mean it's crappy sound because he's, you know, it's just the sound of this tiny little mic here on the camera. Right there. Right there it is. Is it there? Is it there? It's there. It's there. There it is. There it is. Whoa. Okay, so yeah. I was on location. I didn't have mics to mic it up. So it is what it is. Now I've done my best to clean it up a little bit using the tools available in Premiere Pro, which aren't bad actually. But obviously if you bring the level up around the guitar, that also brings some of the mid frequencies up around the human voice and the guitar that's on the other side of the shot playing. So bear that in mind when you listen to this and use your sensible head to decipher the beauty of this guitar. Okay, so it's over to me in the Pedalscape studio with the 2017 Gibson Firebird. Okay, well, blimey, Gibson, or was it a Firebird? Oh. Very reasonably priced. God, blimey. Yeah, not really a Gibson man, but if I was to play anything, it would probably be one of these. Now, really hot pickups, I've just had to turn them right down in this amp to stop it from distorting. Yeah, sounds something like this. Neck. Drive channel on this amp, so let's give it a go. Well, I like that one. God, blimey. Yeah, I think I could have given that a bit more. But, you know, you can only play for so long. They were ever so nice and let me sit in their shop and have a play. I went back the next day and did a bit more. But I'll save that for another time, for another video. So where do you stand on the Gibson Firebird? What are you gassing for at the moment? I'm quite anxious to receive my washer, my Keeley washer, which I've had notification that it might be on its way. It might be there now in the post room. You never know. In the post room, that sounds frightfully posh, doesn't it? Blah, 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 etc., etc. YouTube cliches. Most of all, thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Join me on Patreon, patreon.com/pedalscapes / pedalscapes. And come back, watch another video. Hope to see you soon. Cheers. My name's Matt. This has been Cycle of Gas. In one gear and out the other. Cycle of Gas.
Blimey.
What you got there? Is that more gear?
Oh, not more gear.
Really? More gear. Show me.
Blimey.
I want one of those.
You're having a laugh. In one gear and out the other. Cycle of Gas.
What would you call it? Okay. There is a bloody word for it. I've lost it. My brain fog. Um,